Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Sasha Annamercy's Diary. If you're new, welcome. Please smash that subscribe button so you do not miss out on my videos, and of course the notification bell as well. In today's video, I am bringing you guys carrier oils, and yes, I promised you last week that I was bringing you carrier oils and essential oils. However, I realized that this video would be so lengthy, you probably wouldn't finish watching it. So it's rather better if I focus on carrier oils today, and then next week we focus on essential oils, right? So let's get into the video. Right, let's get into the video, right? Starting with, what are carrier oils? Last week I did a video where I was talking about vitamins and minerals that are essential for hair growth. I will put an info card up here so you can see it, and maybe go to that video first before you watch this video. However, vitamins are essential for our hair growth, as I've already said, and our carrier oils help carry these vitamins into our hair, or they also have those vitamins in them already, right? So let me try and explain what I mean by this by explaining to you guys what carrier oils are. Carrier oils, like the word literally says, means carrier, like carrying something to somewhere. Okay, so that being said, carrier oils help dilute essential oils or other minerals and nutrients that we cannot apply directly to our skin. So carrier oils are literally the best when they're pure and not mixed with anything else. That way you can get the most benefits of whatever ingredient that you are carrying to your scalp or to your body, like on your skin. Carrier oils basically dilute potency of other minerals or like vitamins, and this helps with the absorption of these other vitamins and minerals into our skin, scalp, or nails, like wherever you're putting it. Most carrier oils contain vitamin E, and they also contain fatty acids. These oils mostly come from seed, plant, nut, or kernel, right? And how I'm going to go about giving you guys these oils is, I'm only going to focus on the most common oils, basically, like oils that you probably have in your house, or oils that you probably already use, or oils that are most commonly found in ingredients. I will categorize these oils into thin, thick, medium, and thick, right? And obviously, if you have low porosity hair, you probably want to go on the thinner side all the way to the medium side, and if you have like high porosity hair, you probably want to go on the thicker side into the medium side. The medium oils are oils for all hair types, basically, and I'm only going to be working with thin to thick, so it makes things a bit easier to place. As usual, I have my book with me here to help me remember what I want to say to you guys so I do not miss the essential points. So let's start with thin oils, right? Like I've already said, like most of these carrier oils contain vitamin E already, and they also contain fatty acids. So you'll probably be hearing me saying vitamin E on almost every oil, and you'll be like, why didn't you just group them according to the vitamins that they come with? But I think the best way is to put them in thin, medium, thick. That way it also helps you, like when we go deeper into the series, to help you choose the oil that you want to use and which oil to use for what, right? Okay, so the first oil is my favorite oil. I know that is biased, okay? But the first oil is argan oil, which is a light oil. It is also commonly known as Moroccan oil. I think it comes from a seed, and it is very high in vitamin E. And it has a long shelf life, so you can keep it for like a long time, right? Now, argan oil also contains vitamin A, and it helps fight frizz, and is also good to use on coarse and brittle hair. By the way, argan oil can also be grouped into the medium group. Like, it really depends on how you see it. I think for me, I group it in the lighter oil because I have low porosity hair and it works perfectly for my hair, and as such I group it into the light category. However, you might want to group it in the medium, so I ranged it light to medium, right? It can fall in both types. It depends on how you use it and how you are like incorporate it into your regimen, basically. The next oil is a fairly light oil. I personally have never used this oil. However, I see in the streets it is a common oil. So this is avocado oil. Avocado oil is high in vitamin A, D, and E, and also B vitamins. Avocado oil also helps create collagen, which, if you remember from last week's video, helps with the protein in our hair and helps repair damaged hair, like damaged hair tissue, if I'm not mistaken. I think those are the words that I said. The next oil is also like a thin oil, and it is grapeseed oil, which is a favorite to low porosity hair users. And grapeseed oil is high in vitamin E and also has antifungal materials. So like materials or components, what's the word? Okay, let's go with components, right? So it has high antifungal components as well, and these help with like fighting dandruff or making sure you don't get scabs on your scalp and that stuff. So it really helps you keep like a good scalp. Grapeseed oil is also known to be a very moisturizing oil, so it will help absorb stuff onto your hair and onto your scalp or skin. The next oil is hemp seed oil. Now, this is another oil that I've never personally used. Hemp seed oil has a short shelf life, so although it is already high in vitamin E, you might want to add a few drops, like maybe like 1% dilution to your hemp seed oil of vitamin E to help lengthen its shelf life, right? And it is also rich in vitamin A and other B vitamins like B1, B2, B3, and I think B4, if I'm not mistaken, right? And it also contains protein. So you already know that protein is the main thing for your hair. Like, protein is basically hair. So hemp seed oil is good for you in that way. I think it's a good way of adding protein to your hair, especially if you're someone whose hair doesn't like protein. Then hemp seed oil, because of its light properties, can help add protein to your hair in a non-harmful way. Okay, and then I think for me that concludes all our thin or light oils, right? Now we're going to move on to medium oils, and medium oil number one that I'm going to be talking about is almond oil, right? I think maybe if you've watched my earlier videos, I use almond oil a lot. So almond oil is high in vitamin A, in B vitamins, and in vitamin E. It also contains iron, biotin, and zinc. Almond oil can also be known as sweet almond oil. It's literally one and the same thing, okay? And it helps with absorption into, obviously, our hair. Like, that's the main use of carrier oils. And it also helps with moisturization. Like, if you literally feel almond oil, personally, I feel like maybe it contains some form of aqua, like liquid, because when you put it on your hair, like on your hand or your skin, or actually maybe it's not maybe aqua, I think it's maybe glycerin, because you know glycerin helps add moisture. So I think almond oil contains like a natural form of glycerin of some sort. I've seen that, like, when I use it, like the texture, the way it feels like. Okay, next oil is babasu oil. I've never used babasu oil, and it is high in vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, fatty acids, and it helps repair your hair tissue, your damaged hair strands, and also helps fight inflammation on your scalp. So we already know a healthy scalp equals to healthy hair, right? So that is babasu oil. The next oil is not really an oil, it is actually a wax. However, it is known as a wax. It is called jojoba oil, but it is spelled jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is high in B vitamins, vitamin E, and zinc. Now you already know from last week that anything that has zinc helps protect, strengthen, repair our oil glands. And because jojoba oil / wax is actually the closest, how can I put it? It is actually the closest non-bodily material, or like the closest oil to what we produce ourselves, sebum. It is the most closest non-bodily made oil that is similar to sebum, if that makes any sense. So we already spoke about how zinc is part of our sebum, and because jojoba oil is high in zinc, it is a wax. It is actually commonly known as the wax that can help if you have low sebum. You use jojoba oil to help restore your sebum on your scalp, even on your body. So jojoba oil for the win, to help boost that natural oil that you self-produce if you do not produce enough, or just help like replenish it or nourish it or whatever you want to call it. Now that concludes it for medium oils for me. By the way, these are not all the oils in the world. Like there's so many oils, there's like more than 50 oils, right? But these are the common oils. I don't think there's any point in me telling you guys about something like camellia oil. I had never heard of camellia oil until I was starting to do this research on oils, and I was like, oh my god, there's something called camellia oil, like you exist, so like there's so many other oils that are out there, but until maybe they become a bit more popular, or until I test it out for myself, then I don't see any reason per se to put it in this video as yet. But we'll always update you guys and keep you updated in like the next thing, or like the next common and maybe even affordable oils for you to use that can replace the commonly known oils. Okay, so now moving on to thicker oils or heavier oils, right? So the first thick oil or heavy oil is something that is commonly known as black Jamaican castor oil, right? But you can also just use plain old castor oil, or you can use just plain old black castor oil. But now they also come flavored or scented with essential oils. So you can find lavender, black Jamaican castor oil. You can find sweet almond, black Jamaican castor oil. You can find rosemary, etc. Castor oil is actually a thick oil, and I think for me personally, that is why maybe my hair did not really like it. So when I use it in very low dosages, or I use it when I do DIY hair masks, because I use masks to add moisture to my hair. So castor oil is high in fatty acids. However, it also brings some calm to your scalp, so it is very soothing. So it is very soothing on your scalp, and it also helps moisture. All the thick oils, for me, I think I'll say they help add moisture to your hair, to your scalp, to your body. Okay, right. The next oil is also very famous. This is, I'm sure you can guess it. You can also use it to cook. Okay, so the next oil is coconut oil. Either unrefined or refined. However, it can fall into the thin category if it is refined and if it is warm, right? So not at room temperature, but when it's warm. So maybe when you do like a hot oil treatment, it will fall into the thin group, into the thin light hair, like group oil category, right? So coconut oil is very high in vitamin E, and It has antioxidants, which already you know helps reduce inflammation on our scalp, and it also helps reduce the loss of protein from our hair. So it is a good oil to help incorporate into your hair regimen. Even though it is a thick oil, you can always use less products, like less of it. If your hair loves thinner oils, then you can always use less quantity of a thicker oil and you can still get the same benefits from it. The next one is rather new on the radar. Okay, not new, but maybe it started about 3 or so years ago, and it is called flaxseed oil. Now, flaxseed oil is obviously thick because even if flaxseed itself, if you put it in water, it produces a very thick, slimy thingy. Flaxseed oil is actually high in vitamin E. However, even though it is high in vitamin E, because of how thick it is, it has a low shelf life. It can literally only last about a couple of months. So what you can do is you can add a few drops of vitamin E, like the pure vitamin E oil, to help lengthen its shelf life. Flaxseed oil has anti-inflammatory properties, and it also helps deal with dandruff. Okay, I'm going to be doing a dandruff series soon. Okay, maybe a series, but like a video, because I know like a lot of people struggle with dandruff, and sometimes dandruff is like caused from the products that we use, and sometimes you just naturally have a high level of dandruff. But we'll speak more about that in like later video. Okay, last thick oil is olive oil, which is another famous oil. Now I'm actually starting to think whether like all the oils that we use are just thick, because a lot of people just know coconut oil, castor oil, olive oil, and all of these oils are actually thick oils, but we literally use them, or even though your hair type requires you to have or to use a thin or lighter oil. But anyway, now olive oil is high in vitamin D and also has vitamin E, protein, and has a very intense smell. That's like the one thing that you must know about olive oil. However, it comes with antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. Now, these antibacterial properties can help fight fungal on your scalp and also help ensure like you don't get as much dandruff and stuff. So that really helps. It also has antioxidant properties, so that's why it is also anti-inflammatory, meaning it helps soothe the scalp. And yeah, I really hope all those oils help you guys. The last oil that I've probably said you can add to other oils to help lengthen the shelf life and stuff is vitamin E oil. Now, I'm not grouping vitamin E oil into any group category, because vitamin E is also like an essential oil, but it is also like a carrier oil, and it is also found in every oil because it is mostly in like seeds, plants. It's almost in everything, right? So vitamin E oil has anti-inflammatory properties. It helps hydrate your scalp and your hair tissue. It also helps moisturize your hair. So vitamin E, even though it's like quite expensive, to be honest, it is a very useful oil to have, and you don't need to use a lot. Like I said, it is also an essential oil, so literally a few drops in your normal carrier oil helps boost the vitamin E properties in that oil. Right, that brings me to the end of this video. I really hope you liked, enjoyed, and you learned from it. Please make sure you smash that subscribe button, like, comment, share, and follow me on my socials at Sasha _Annamercy. And until next week, much love and take care.